Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. A big disclaimer before we jump into today's video is that I am by no means a medical or mental health professional. The tips and tricks that I'm about to share with you guys are purely based on my own personal research and my own personal experience and strategies that I've really used in the past before to calm myself down and to really control my anxiety in really anxiety-provoking situations. Now, the big and hot topic that's going on around the world is coronavirus. We're currently amidst a pandemic and it is causing a lot of fear, uncertainty, and just a lot of anxiety in a lot of people. We have taken extreme measures around this pandemic, like I said, that we're facing. I know a lot of companies are working from home, a lot of businesses are suffering, a lot of people are at risk here, and a lot of people might also be on the fence and might not necessarily agree with what's going on, and there's just a whole variety of experiences and opinions that are going out. But I think I really wanted to make this video because I know that if you're dealing with an anxiety disorder or if you tend to experience a lot of anxiety, and again, I don't mean anxiousness or nervousness because we all face that, but if you're truly dealing with some sort of a mental health issue or mental health problem, a situation like this can really trigger you and cause you to go down a rabbit hole. So I wanted to make this video to help you out and to just kind of share this information with anyone that's out there who might be really struggling during this time, because like I said, this is a global issue and we're all being affected by it to really, really great lengths. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. 5 tips on how to control your anxiety during the coronavirus. Tip number 1, reduce your screen time. Now this includes researching on Google and looking up any news sites and social media. You really want to limit how much of this information about coronavirus is being shared online, on the news, in TV and media. You really want to be able to control that. Stop bringing in all this information into your mind. Stop being so informed and keeping a tab on exactly what's happening, how many more new cases have been found, how many deaths, or anything of that sort that's happening around this pandemic. You really want to reel yourself back and really control how much of it is you're consuming, because the more that you consume, the more you're going to freak yourself out. So really put either a time limit or only reach out and only seek out professional websites or professional sources or reliable sources for that matter that are going to give you solid information, and not really rely on social media that's going to be giving you, and that's not really going to be your source of truth. So like I said, really reel yourself back and limit in terms of how much you're consuming, and if you have to, give up the news. Because if you constantly keep watching the news, there's going to be live updates, there's going to be breaking news, and it's really going to provoke that anxiety within you and again cause you to go down that downward spiral. Tip number 2, implement habits that are going to be conducive to a healthy environment. Now this includes both physical and emotional. So physical might include something like washing your hand for 20 seconds, minimum, which is the recommendation currently, not touching your face, wiping everything down with a disinfectant or a wipe. That includes doorknobs or any type of surface that is communal that a lot of people tend to touch, and just really keeping a clean and tidy and infection-free area. So that would be something that's physical. So you really understand that you have power over everything. And then emotionally, really just surrounding yourself with your family and friends and a positive support system. You want to make sure that the people that you're around are really good for your emotional health as well. People who are not going to think you're silly for being anxious about something like this, or people who are going to mock you. So like I said, keep your environment both physically clean and emotionally healthy, because you want to feel good about what you're going through and not necessarily be mocked for it. It's very important to have control over the things that you can control. That's going to again send an indication to your mind that things are under control, because you're trying to control these little aspects of your life, and it's really going to help calm your anxiety down. Tip number 3, actually acknowledge that you're having anxiety and be kind to yourself. Don't brush it under the rug. Don't try to suppress whatever you're going through. If you're having anxiety, understand that you're having anxiety and tell yourself that it's going to be okay. You need to really acknowledge what you're going through and what you're feeling, because if you don't do that, and if you try to suppress those emotions and those triggers and those physical manifestations that are happening, it's going to spiral you down even further. Because again, when you try to ignore something, it comes back louder and bigger. So you definitely don't want to do that. Tell yourself that yes, I'm having anxiety. What can I do now to get better? Tip number 4, help others. During times like this, when we're in situations that provoke our anxiety, it really helps to redirect our energy to something more productive and offer support to others. Helping others naturally tends to help us make us feel better, but once we start exerting our energy towards something that's more positive and that's more productive, it really helps to calm us down. It helps to ground us, and it makes us feel like we have a purpose. So rather than going crazy, and rather than crazy within your mind and getting so anxious about everything, get more control over the situation versus just letting our mind go wild. It gives our mind a purpose, it gives us a direction, and again, helps us to stay in check and really calm our anxiety down. And tip number 5, guys, practice acceptance. Accept that you're doing everything in your power to help yourself and to help the people around you. Accept the fact that you do not have control over how fast or how crazily this virus spreads around the world. Accept that you do not have control of how other people are responding to this situation and how other people will be responding to you if you're concerned about your own health or the health of your loved ones. You need to just accept. Say that to yourself over and over and over again until your anxiety reduces. And I promise you, it is really going to help you have a more direct perspective and a more clear perspective in how you want to perceive this whole situation, how you want to handle this whole situation. And this trick, just accepting, has single-handedly been the most powerful tip and trick that has helped me in the past and has helped me during this situation, because I also struggle with anxiety, and I also have a disorder that, gets my mind thinking in a very, very negative way. So, like I said, practice acceptance. Accept that you're doing everything in your power, you're doing everything that's in your control, and everything that is outside of your control, accept that as well. And lastly, guys, I just want to say that if you feel that you are unable to handle this situation or handle your anxiety by yourself or independently, please go out and seek professional medical help, because these people, these individuals who are in the field, who work with people on a day-to-day basis, dealing with anxiety and dealing with situations like this and mental health space, they're going to be able to give you a little bit more hand-holding, give you a little bit more solid strategies maybe that are going to help calm you down and that are going to put you on a path to start feeling a lot more in control and start feeling less anxious. So I hope you found those tips helpful. I know we're in a crazy, crazy time right now. I mean, if you look around us and the things that are happening around us, it almost feels like we're in a movie. It's such a surreal experience what we're all going through right now. But like I said, if you feel that you're unable to really manage this by yourself, go out and get that professional help. What you're feeling is valid and it's justified. So if you feel that you need that, please go out and get it. Don't let anyone stop you from getting the help that you need. And practice these tips and really try to bring yourself back and really try to tell yourself that you have control over some things that are happening around you. I know it can get really overwhelming and there's so much fear around us, but try to just bring yourself back and really manage everything that's happening. And just be kind to one another, be kind to yourself. There's so much going on in this world right now, and we really just don't need to attack one another and attack ourselves for that matter. If you're feeling a certain way, it's okay that you're feeling that way. Just understand that there are certain things that you can do to help control your emotions and to really have a more rational and logical path in how you want to deal with the situation around you. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy and around the ones that you love the most, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.